senior advocates in practicing in Supreme Court as of today. Mr. Madhav. For Harish. For Mr. Harish Salve, please.
Mr. Harish Salve, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India. Mr. Salve is one of the India's leading lawyers in the areas of constitutional, commercial, and taxation laws. He primarily practices at the Supreme Court of India, but also appears in various high courts and in international arbitral disputes, sometimes as a counsel and other times as an adjudicator. He served as the Solicitor General of India from 1999 to the year 2002. Mr. Salve qualified as a chartered accountant and practiced as a CA, specializing in taxation before qualifying as a lawyer and moving to the legal profession. He was inspired by Mr. Nani Palkiwala, an eminent tax lawyer from Mumbai. Mr. Salve began his legal career in 1980 as an intern at J.B. Dadachandji and Company, first as an intern and later as a full-time lawyer. During this time, he assisted Mr. Palkiwala in the Minerva Mills case. Mr. Salve was later designated as a senior counsel by the Delhi High Court. He argued the first anti-dumping case in the Supreme Court of India. Mr. Salve was appointed amicus curiae by the Supreme Court in cases mostly relating to the preservation of environment, and he was conferred Padma Bhushan in the year 2015. Mr. Salve is not.
Can I request Gayatri to please receive the award on his behalf?
As a token of our great appreciation for his very gracious presence and for the words of wisdom from Professor Menon, I'll request him to please come and receive a small memento from us. Thank you. This flag of honor and distinction presented to the chief guest, Professor Dr. N.R. Madhav Menon, on the occasion of the Lawyers of India Day on 3rd September 2016, New Delhi. Finally, as they say, the ladies must have the last word. I request Madhavi Divan, who's the newly appointed editor of the Indian Advocate, which is the official publication of the Bar Association of India, and which had received great impetus during the tenure of Mr. R.K.P. Shankardass, who had really put the magazine in the bookshelves of all the law libraries, not only in India but outside also. So Madhavi is stepping into the shoes of Mr. R.K.P. Shankardass, who had actually been the virtual editor for all these years. So please to propose a vote of thanks to this august gathering here, Madhavi Divan.
Thank you, and Mr. Shankardass, those are very big shoes to step into. So wish me luck. Well, today's speeches have been very brief, and I shall also have to follow suit. May I, on behalf of the Bar Association of India, thank Professor Madhav Menon for being here today and for reminding us how the legal profession must stay more connected and relevant. To the President, Mr. Lalit Bhasin, for his initiative in putting this program together. Mr. Prashant Kumar, for his boundless energy and enthusiasm always. Mr. Yakesh Anand and all the other office bearers of the association. To the senior lawyers and jurists who have been felicitated today, I'd like to thank you for being here. I'm sure you have all been, each one of you has been felicitated on so many occasions in the past for your very glorious achievements. But you are here today really to remind us of the standards that you set and the standards that we need to match, which are very daunting standards. Standards which you may have imbibed from the generations that preceded you and generations that lived in perhaps more electrifying and trying times. And yet we will have to try and ensure that younger lawyers like some of us here will have to meet those standards. And perhaps remind ourselves also today that there's a lot more to the law than the rough and tumble of miscellaneous days in the Supreme Court, and that the measure of success and achievement perhaps is not how long your list is on a miscellaneous day. And you, all of you very eminent jurists, have shown us that your achievements have transcended just your skills in the courtroom. It's been far more than that, whether it's just mentoring younger lawyers or your erudite contributions, your intellectual scholarship, or just standing up for a public cause in public interest litigations or outside of the courts. So for all of this, I think there's a huge message for us. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence here of two eminent ladies. Only two of you are present here today, Mrs. Desai and Mr. Gupta, for your, I think, much credit is due there, because I think, a lot of the glorious achievements might not have been possible without the support of the better halves. Having said that, as a woman lawyer, if I may just say that I hope that when such lists of eminent lawyers are drawn up in the not so distant future, a few women might have made some inroads into that, and I hope that we are able to break the glass ceiling there. Yeah, so thank you very much. And I mentioned your erudite contributions and your intellectual scholarship. And there's a vested interest there as editor. I am going to, of the Indian Advocate, I am going to tap some of you, very senior lawyers and not so senior lawyers, for your contributions. So I look forward to that. Thank you very much. Yes, there's tea outside. Please join us. Thank you.